I have been playing The Legend of Nino Skyrim Chronicles X Breath of the Wild Hunts Creed for the past 2 days.
Oh my god, I can't wait to play this game.
I mean, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
I just had it confused with a million other games. No, I'm kidding. It's a good game. It's a good game. But full disclosure, it's not better than The Witcher 3.
We'll get that out of the way right from the beginning.
It's not. I don't care what anybody says. But it's a good game.
It has been getting like 10
ridiculously
out of 10, 100%.
Perfect scores.
Yeah.
Saying it's one of the best rated games of all time.
Across the board.
And I, looking into some of the backstory of Breath of the Wild and the development of Breath of the Wild, the main developer, the main director of the game, he did Skyward Sword on the Wii.
Right.
And it did not sell very well. Okay. It underperformed for a Zelda game. But Skyrim came out around the same time and sold 5 times more than Skyward Sword did. And you got to understand and keep in mind that the Wii is the best-selling console of all time.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
But who was still playing their Wii when Skyward Sword came out?
Not Zelda fans.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess. And with the motion controls that, had a lot of people divided and all that. Regardless.
Yeah.
Apparently the developer or the main guy at Nintendo spent a lot of time playing Skyrim to try and figure out why this was so much more popular than Skyward Sword. And so this seems like it's Nintendo's answer to Skyrim.
Huh.
If you understand, if you get that.
Okay.
I mean, it's a vast open world.
Right.
Okay. Which we've had open world Zeldas in the past, like the first one.
Yeah. I mean, Ocarina.
But some of the Zelda games have been very linear, or you have to travel to certain areas and then you can explore those areas, but whatever. It's regardless. Right. It's a vast open world. There's crafting in it. There's different armors, different weapons that you can get, unlike previous Zelda games. Yeah.
I mean,
you also
get
have
different tunics in like Ocarina.
Right. Like right now, I just got this armor that allows me to swim up waterfalls.
That's weird.
It's cool. Because you like jump up really high at the end of the waterfall and then you get your paraglider and you can start gliding, but you can also like pull your fucking arrow and shoot shit from like up way high in the air. So that's pretty cool. But you also have different abilities too. There's like you can create bombs, you can freeze water into pillars, and you can magnet like move metal objects. So for lack of a better word, you have spells.
Yeah.
In this game, you have spells pretty much. And they're all facilitated by what's called the Sheikah Slate, which is a fucking Switch or a Wii U gamepad. I mean there's no denying that that's what it is.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into why that's a shitty thing later. But it's cell shaded, so they kind of took the style of
Wind Waker
as far as like the animation style, or not necessarily the medium of Wind Waker, but with the style of like a Skyward Sword or Twilight Princess, because in Wind Waker everything was super cartoony.
Yeah.
But this actually is very gorgeous. Okay, it's a very, very gorgeous game. It looks like an adult Link. And it does have that cel-shaded style, but it doesn't really come off as too cartoony to me. But it really reminds me of Ni no Kuni.
The character design is not like the chibi cartoonish style of Wind Waker.
Yeah,
but it is
and
still
it's weird though because it's cel-shaded, but like you'll be like walking along cliffs and it's been raining or whatever, and the textures of the rocks with it being wet looks beautiful, but it's still like cel-shaded. Like it's just hard to explain. You kind of have to see it, or watch some trailers or whatever. But so here's the deal. There's only like 5 dungeons. But it took me 2 days to get to the first one because I was doing so much stuff. There's all these little mini dungeons, kind of, I guess, called shrines, where they're basically these puzzles that you have to solve. And in solving these puzzles, you get what's called like a soul gem or a spirit orb or something like that. And for every 4 you get, you can go to this temple and trade it in for a heart container or a stamina vessel.
What is the...
Stamina is important. We all know what heart containers are,
yeah,
right?
Of course.
Stamina is important because obviously you only have so much to run with, but when you're climbing, when you're gliding, and when you're swimming, those all use stamina as well. So if you're climbing up a cliffside, and that's the thing, In a Zelda game, you can climb up practically everything. It's crazy. But when you're climbing up a cliffside, if you run out of stamina, you just fall to your death.
Well, that sounds awful.
So you have to really like look at things and be like, am I going to have enough stamina to make it up this cliffside, or should I not even try it? There's also things, like I said about crafting, it's basically cooking. You get all these food parts. You can pick apples and spicy jalapenos and catch fish, and you can kill boars and you get their meat and stuff, and you cook them and you combine them with all these different mushrooms and ingredients and salt and stuff like that, and you make these dishes which, increase your health and give you like buffs. Okay, so like if you cook a spicy pepper with some raw meat, it will restore some of your health and also make you resistant to cold. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because in some areas of the map, it's snowing, and Link will take damage if you either you need to have special armor that keeps you warm, or you need to eat this food that keeps you warm resists cold. There's things that make you faster. There's things that make you resistant to electricity. Dude, if it's storming and you have like a metal fucking spear in your hand, you will get struck by lightning and die.
So wait, if you're running around while it's raining
Storming.
with your sword out,
you can get struck by lightning and die. Yeah, it's crazy. There's also some elixirs that you can make. I haven't really gotten into those yet, but someone on Reddit posted they made an app for Android phones called Chef of the Wild, and it's basically a recipe guide.
Dude.
So I'm going to start using that. I downloaded it while I was at work today, but when I play later on tonight, I might look it up and try and make some more stuff. The thing is, though, with RPGs in general, I have never been really into crafting, and I don't understand why everyone loves it so much. Like, what's the appeal of crafting?
Yeah.
I want to spend hours upon hours gathering components to make, like, a sword that's, like, 3 points better than the one I just picked up off a dead body.
Okay, like, did you ever even, like, try to get into Minecraft as a thing? See, like, I
gave it a shot, and I was like, I have no idea what's going on. I probably spent an entirety of, like, 20 minutes playing Minecraft in my entire life.
I have played several hours worth, at least, but also, yeah, I didn't get super into it. My ex-wife was all about Minecraft. She used my Minecraft to just play it fucking constantly.
Wow.
Yeah. She probably sank days worth of time into that.
Wow.
But I mean, I feel like at least part of where the love for crafting has come about, because it had such a specific
right, but I disagree, sir, because World of Warcraft has been around a lot longer than Minecraft.
This is true. 2004.
And there's a hell of a lot of crafting in that game.
There is, yeah.
And I'm sure that there's games that came way before that had a lot of crafting as well. I just don't see the appeal. Like, I've seen reviews of games on YouTube, and they're like, it has crafting, yeah. Like, I think it was a Last of Us review that Angry Joe did. He's like, it's got crafting. He's like super excited. It's got crafting. And I'm like, who gives a shit? Let's kill some zombies, dude. But I mean, hey, to each his own.
Yeah.
But it does seem like the whole cooking aspect is very important to the game, because you die a lot. There's some of the battles have been compared to Dark Souls.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Difficulty?
Dude, you've got, like, I told you that I just finished with my first boss battle today.
Yeah.
I probably tried it 15 times in a row last night, and then gave up and went to bed, and then beat him on the second try this morning, which that always happens.
That always does. That does always happen to you.
But yeah, so it's all about dodging and shit. And the thing is like in older Zelda games, it's like you get like a boomerang.
Yeah.
And then like you have a whole dungeon where you have to use your boomerang.
Yeah.
And then you get like a bomb. And then you have a dungeon where you have to solve puzzles with the boomerang and a bomb. And then it's like on and on and on. In this, it's different. You have your Sheikah Slate. Almost all the abilities are unlocked at the beginning.
Huh.
And then it's on. You can go to any dungeon you want. You don't have to follow the order of the main story quest.
In any order?
You can go, if I wanted to, I could go straight to Hyrule Castle and fight Calamity Ganon right now. But I ain't ready.
Yeah.
I've only got 6 hearts so far and some shitty armor. So, I'm still playing the game. That's the thing, guys. I'm only 2 days in.
Yeah.
And I just finished my first dungeon, which was the big elephant thing. So overall, yes, it's a good game. Is it 10 out of 10? No, it's not. I really don't think it is. And I'm not saying that because it's hard to
because you
express
hate
in words.
crafting.
No,
is it because you hate crafting?
It has
Eric?
nothing to do with crafting. It all it is that it's just like, yes, it's a fun game, but is it perfect? No.
No.
Is it 10 out of 10? No. Is it The Witcher 3?
So then,
no.
Where does it lack?
See, that's a good question. The storyline seems to be very repetitive. I've had 3 or 4 different main story quest NPCs tell me the same story, using some of the same visuals but different voiceovers for it. I don't seem to have
it anyway.
No, not really. I mean, they say it in a different way.
Yeah,
but it's the same thing. I'm like, this is the same visuals and stuff as the last one. I can't not talk about the gamepad functionality because I'm not playing it on a Switch.
Right.
I'm playing it on the Wii U. I went to the midnight release of the Switch. They didn't have any. And my plan was to get one for the Wii U, but I was standing in line. I was like, man, I got a credit card. I could go ahead and buy this right now. And the guy in front of me bought the last one. So I was like, it's a sign from God. I've got to buy the Wii U version. I'm glad I did.
I was about to say, you were lucky.
Yeah, I'm glad I did because now I'm not another $400 in the hole. I just bought a new fucking car that I'm going to be paying on for like 6 fucking years. But I bought it for the Wii U. This game has been teased for the Wii U for like 6 or 7 years. They've shown gameplay footage of fucking, what's his name, Shigeru Miyamoto, playing it on the Wii U with maps and inventory control on the gamepad, just like Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD that was released for the Wii U, which I own both of them.
Yeah.
And it's not there.
Really?
It's not there in Breath of the Wild. All that's on the gamepad is a flashing screen that says tap to play the game on the gamepad. Just switching it between your TV and the gamepad back and forth.
Why would it not have all of
I don't
that
know.
stuff? Like,
so, and here's the thing. On the like Reddit communities, there's some like Nintendo's official statement is that it was too much of a distraction from the game, which is bullshit because I've played 2 Zelda games already using it and loved it.
Yeah.
Okay? But some people on Reddit believe that they stripped it from the Wii U version because they can't have the Wii U version be superior to the Switch version when they're trying to sell a new console.
Yeah, I guess that actually does make a hell of a lot of sense.
And that's what pisses me off. The new Zelda was one of the reasons I bought a fucking Wii U in the first place. I had to wait till they stopped production on the goddamn console before it even came out. Okay? And now the main fucking gimmick of this console isn't even being used in this game. And this fucking Zelda game was originally developed for that system.
Yeah.
They have the fucking technology. They could have done it, but they didn't.
And
it pisses me off.
That does seem like a really legitimate problem.
You know?
Like that seems unexcusable.
Dude, like playing the Wind Waker, with the gamepad, and using it for your maps and your inventory and having almost no HUD at all on the screen is great. Same thing with fucking Twilight Princess, man. It was great. It was a great experience to play those games in that way. So that's what I was expecting when I got it, and it doesn't work. And there's certain things you have to use the gamepad for. There's like gyro puzzles and stuff. And the fucking Sheikah Slate. It's a fucking gamepad, man, or a Switch.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you think about it, the Switch and the Wii U are very, very similar, but they are a little different.
Yeah.
Because you can take the controllers off and shit and take it with you. You don't have to, the Switch is the console instead of the gamepad having to be within a certain range of the console. I do like the fact that I can play the game on the gamepad because, like, my girlfriend's been playing Stardew Valley on PS4 a lot. Yeah. And she's like, can I play my game? And I was playing Breath of the Wild. She's like, can I play my game? I was like, yeah, it's on the Wii U. I'll just fucking play it on the couch while you play it on the TV. It's great. So, I mean, I like that. But the fact that you don't get any gamepad functionality is kind of like a slap in the face to all of the people like me who bought a Wii U and were supporting that console by buying games for it. And waiting patiently for this game to come out. And they kept delaying it. And then they announced the Switch. And then they delayed Breath of the Wild until the day that the Switch came out.
Yep.
I think it was a very deliberate move. Now, that being said, apparently, some of the DLC that's coming out for it in the next few months, one of them said something about a map function or improved map or something like that. So I think that's something that they may add to it later on down the line, but it's bullshit that they didn't get it then. And even when they had, like, I think it was at E3, not like maybe last year, they had playable demos of it on the gamepad.
Yeah.
Before the Switch was announced, and the map was there on the gamepad, but now it's not.
I mean, that just seems like a really blatant move then. Like they're not even really trying to hide the fact that, yeah, we're gonna limit the potential for this game so that we sell more Switch units off the bat.
I really think so.
And then we'll make it good here in a couple of months. But
Maybe.
Until then, eat a bag of dicks. You can go buy a Switch.
Yeah, but I mean, the Switch doesn't have that functionality either.
I know.
Yeah, so there's really, I mean, apparently the only differences between the Switch and the gamepad, or the Wii U, is that it runs on 900p on the TV and 720p on the Switch. The handheld portion of the Switch, the tablet portion. On the Wii U, 720p on the TV, and then it's like in fucking 480 or whatever on the gamepad. It's not HD on the gamepad, but it's such a small screen, it really doesn't matter.
Right.
I guess some of the load times are a little bit longer on the game, on the Wii U versus the Switch, even though playing the game doesn't really feel like they're that long.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be nice if they were shorter, but I mean, it'd be nice if we didn't have loading times on any fucking games, you know?
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
It's just something you deal with, especially as a console gamer. So, you know, it's just one of those things. Would I recommend it? Of course I would. It's a good game. It's fun. I'm still very new into it. Only haven't played it for 2 days, but these are like my first impressions. Do I think it's the perfect game? No, it's not. It's no Witcher 3. I'll say that much.
But, okay, so for having been waiting for this game for, what, 6 years?
6-7 years, something like that.
Does it hit the right buttons for you, for the most part?
I think it's one of those games that is going to be one of those titles that everybody's going to end up playing.
Yeah.
It's gotten such great reviews that I think that's going to drive a lot of people to buy Switches and that game. I think that's going to be the system seller. I think that's going to be the Switch's killer app.
Yeah.
Is that new Zelda. But I think having it for the Wii U, to me, it's like this is the last hurrah of that console.
Yeah.
I'm glad it finally came out. Okay. And I think that, you know, it's worth it to me because I know that that's going to be one of those rare titles because it came out after the Switch had already, or after the Wii U had already stopped production.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a misprint on the back of the fucking box. It says it supports the Wiimote nunchuck, the Wiimote and the classic controller, and then the Pro controller and the gamepad, but it only supports the Pro controller and the gamepad. And apparently in the UK they got a different version, and people have been calling customer service and they're like, "What the fuck?" And they're like, "No, it was a misprint. It was an accident." So, you know, they make, when they do the next run of Wii U versions of it, it might not be on there. So I might have a more rare copy of it. I don't know. But that's one of the things is Nintendo games hold their value. And I have said it before and I'll say it again. I think the Wii U is going to have a legacy much like that of like the Dreamcast, where maybe it didn't sell as much as some other consoles, but there's a lot of good games out there for it.
Exactly.
And they, you know, Nintendo games just hold their value. Yeah. Period.
Is it worth picking up if you have no inclination to buy a Switch yet, but you do have a Wii U?
Oh, fuck yes.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. What kind of dumb question is that, Chris?
I don't know. You
on dumb, man.
You're kind of shitting on it a little bit.
I'm not shitting on it. Dude, it's a fun game. It's a fun game. I'm just saying it's not perfect.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
It's not perfect, but it's a fun game.
It's not perfect.
You die a lot.
You die a lot.
All right.
It's Dark Souls Zelda version.
We're running out of time. Let's move on.